finals of the Miracle Mile tournament hosted by ClutchGen Esports. The most awaited, the most hottest match of the month is here. It's versus Lanka Lions, the best team in Sri Lanka, versus Deyo. And I'm here, Unseen Blade, and I'm here joined by Hades. Hades.
Hey guys, it's good to be back on the shoutcasting table alongside my friend Unseen Blade. So we're bringing you some amazing League of Legends featuring two of the top teams in Sri Lanka right now. And making it here surprisingly to the grand final is Team Deyo, who beat the NFAs, who were expected to come into the finals in a very, very interesting game. So I'm really looking forward to see what Deyo have on the table against the best team in Sri Lanka right now.
I mean, they did prove themselves really well. They performed really well against FaZe, and then again they proved themselves versus even Red. Like their team fight and coordination was astounding. Like all the matches, all the previous matches you would have watched them, like really well played by them. And this side we have Lanka Lions, who are like equally threatening as well. They are a team known to, like, you know, they have the best macro play, to be honest. Like I'm wondering how they might, you know, go around this. What is their plan? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, judging by the draft so far, we do see that Team Deyo have opted to ban out the Taric and the Vayne. So not give Nightmare his comfort champion and give Dio champion. He's proven time and time again that he's very comfortable on. And the Vladimir also taken away from Phantom Charger, who is one of his main champions in the mid lane. Whereas on the side of Lanka Lions, we see the Amumu taken away from Nosewhere, who's proven to be a very, very formidable Amumu player, and making some very surprise ganks in lanes that don't expect it. And also the Nautilus ban, I think that was targeted also to the
bot lanes.
Yeah, the bot lane. But we don't know, because we do see in pro play mid lane Nautilus is a thing now. Yeah. So not sure what the sentiments were behind that, but I think it was a good takeaway. And also taking Feed Me More Hydra's Renekton is also a really good deal, because Renekton did get buffed and is surprisingly strong right now in the meta.
So and we also see the first pick of Xin Zhao by Ace Lord. Like that is a pretty open pick, because he is putting himself in open, but Xin Zhao is a strong pick, so let's see. And
well, yes, it is one of his strongest picks actually. Ace Lord known to be a formidable Xin Zhao player, and he's very comfortable on that champion, knows what he's doing in the early game, knows how to impact all the lanes and get his team ahead, so that's what we'll be looking to do. Let's see what the count is going to be in the jungle here by Nosewhere.
But there could be also a possibility where he can get countered in a way, because he is putting himself open with Xin Zhao there. And Nosewhere is going to pull off a Sejuani.
We might see Nightmare picking the Kai'Sa into this comp, or he might pick for somebody else, we'll see. But I see like Kai'Sa would be a viable option, considering that there are already two big front lines on the side of Deyo.
Yes, indeed, but I'm concerned about the safety of Nightmare, because he can be isolated in this matchup. This is a pretty hard matchup to, you know, deal away and evade with. Because
but if there's one thing to say about Nightmare, he's a very confident AD carry player, and he's also proven to be a very deadly Kai'Sa. So the prediction coming through there, he is going to log it in. And we do see the Xiao Raven famous Scion Tick coming out in the top lane as well. So all comfortable champions all around for LL so far.
Yeah, and they're still keeping the support hidden by Team LL, so there is going to be a Tristan, Alistar lane. Oh my god, that is going to be devastating.
We might actually see a Morgana being banned away here to prevent the Black Shield that could eliminate the engaged threat in the bot lane. So we'll see if they actually go ahead with that ban.
But they are leaving open, like Phantom is there, and Phantom's Anivia is going to be a big problem, because they can't really ignore that Phantom Charge's picks are available. So
you can see Vega also being taken away from the Raiden here, who's actually new player 1 now. But one of his comfortable champions has always been really good on this Vega pick. Yeah. Also brings a lot to the team fight with Event Horizon and the chain CC that they could bring to the table. So.
The Anivia is being taken away. That's going to be hard.
I think it was a good choice banning the Lulu, because the Lulu and Kai'Sa is a very deadly combo. It's kind of like a Juggernaut, the Protect the ADC comp.
Yeah, I agree. Like if in the instant anyone engages on Kai'Sa, she can ult everyone away. Like everyone gets knocked up and like.
Exactly, as well as the movement speed buffs, the attack damage buffs that Lulu can also give makes a very difficult lane to deal against, especially with an Alistar, because the polymorph can always just completely eliminate the Tristana's engage.
True, he might look like a fool jumping in every time and getting polymorphed. Like.
Polymorphed, yeah. So that was, I think, a very smart ban there to take out the Lulu instead of the Morgana. But we'll see if LL actually go with the Morgana pick. You can see their final ban was targeted at the top lane. They want to take away the comfort pick on Feed Me More Hydra. And he goes for Camille again. Same champion he played against Candy Panda in his match against FaZe.
I feel like they're trying to lock down the ADC. They're trying to like lock down Nightmare and isolate him. Like this comp is like catch him and kill him at that spot. It's sort of like that.
I'm seeing an Akali hover here. I wonder if Phantom Charge is going to pick it. I'm not sure. I've not really seen him play Akali before. But he's probably going to go with Comfort here again. So the Zoe will be locked in here.
It's going to be Cho. It's going to be a Zoe.
Yep.
I can't really guess what they're going for, what sort of team fight they are going for. They have double engage and let's see how this
support.
And a Guardian support. Yeah, maybe
That would round out this team. That would round up this team comp really well because it gives so many opportunities for Xin Zhao and Sion to engage, followed up. Oh no, actually they go for the Braum instead. So the Braum and Kai'Sa are also a pretty decent lane, so I feel like we'll have a very even bot lane here.
Is it? Braum is pretty good. Like Braum can get off the passive. See, Braum can get his passive off, and Kai'Sa does work off it. But here we see him hovering over.
And he goes for another comfort champion, so you can see that these are all comfort champions on both teams. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup to see how it's going to play out. In terms of priority, I would say that the advantage is definitely in favor of LL because they do have stronger early game comparatively. It's only, I feel like the top lane matchup is a bit volatile towards Sion due to Camille being a bit stronger early, and Sion does take a little bit of before he becomes that tanky monster that's almost impossible to kill. So it's going to be interesting to see how Xin Zhao plays around this the volatile lanes and play towards the winning lanes here.
Yeah, so I mean it's a tanky zombie monster, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean if you kill him, he's just gonna probably either take away the creep wave or kill you back over.
And he's gonna kill him. You see those level 1 cheeses with with Sion's, like Sion dies into enemy team, like everyone's low and he just kills everyone. Like.
Yep, and now we're gonna go into the spectator delay. But meanwhile, since you are an ADC main, just talk to me a bit about this bot lane here. The Alistar Tristana versus the Braum Kai'Sa. Who do you think would favor this matchup?
I would say it goes in favor of. It depends. Like if I say like both of them, let's say like if both of them are doing the same thing and they're doing nothing, they're just AFK farming and they just go for engages, it would go for the Deo side because Alistar and Tristana are really strong early game, but it depends on who is getting the level 2 first. If Nightmare and Dio get their level 2 first, they will be able to negate the engage on them, but time again.
Yeah. True.
The bot side of Deo is very high threat. They all have dashes. Alistar has dash. Like everyone can dash except Victor. Like that team is scary. Like they can start a fight half distance away from the lane because everyone has super gap closers and it's nearly impossible to get out once caught out. Like that they got a big gap.
What I see more on the side of LL is that they have a bit more of a pick based comp with the Zoe Trouble Bubble, the Braum passive landing, and the Xin Zhao engage. They could pick people off really fast, but when it comes to overall team fight, they definitely have a stronger team fight comp going into this. And they also have the split push pressure with the Camille, who will eventually be able to just probably just ignore the Sion and just keep split pushing. So it's really going to be interesting to see. In terms of late game scaling, Kai'Sa and Tristana are both incredibly strong at full items. So I would say the advantage would definitely be on Tristana because of the resets, as well as the range advantage that he gains, especially at level 18. So it's all gonna depend. To me, it's gonna be the early game and how Xin Zhao plays this out. If he can get LL ahead in the early game, they should be able to try and snowball their way towards a victory. However, if you give a team like Deo the chance, considering the fact that they have proven to beat some of the best team fighting teams in this tournament so far, they will be able to capitalize and be able to control objectives a lot more effectively.
Exactly, and even again today you can see that they have drafted really well. They are like really good at drafting. You gotta accept that they have draft like always a 5-man engaged team. Like every single time there's like with Sejuani and Victor's ults, it's like really good. You can couple that, it's if Alistair lands a 5-man or 4-man knockup, it's gonna be easy Baron for them. They gotta be careful around this team. As you said, they should be isolating them every single chance they get, like, or else it's gonna be a nightmare for them. Pun intended there.
Yeah, that is true. Because if there's one thing that Nightmare has proven, that is once he is ahead, he's a very confident player and is easily able to carry his to victory. But what I'm even more interested in seeing is just going to be how this mid lane matchup plays out. The Zoe versus Victor. Both have even wave clear, both have a lot of damage under their belt, so it's all going to be who. If Victor is able to dodge those trouble bubbles and trade back evenly. And like I said, the main focus should be on Xin Zhao, making sure that he gets his team ahead in the early game, considering he's an early game jungler and can impact all the lanes really well. So it will be really exciting to see. So we will be jumping into the game soon. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some really good League of Legends here.
Yeah, true. But like, I also have like another thing, like, because when you look at the laning phase, like all the members of LL are really good at solo laning as well. So you gotta respect that fact as well. Like, even for a moment, you can't underestimate Phantom's Charger because he is gonna be, he's an aggressive player. Like, Ash has his weird tactics. He looks for a kill in lane. If he doesn't get it, he goes around. He starts roaming. He puts a map pressure, but Phantom is a little bit different. He does roam, but he's like a really menacing player to lane against because the moment he gets a chance, he's gonna be killing you. So like Victor should be very careful there, but he is also going for cleanse there, so he is respecting the Zoe there.
Well, you should take cleanse into a Zoe matchup because it would be very effective. However, if in the event they all decide to go all in on each other, you need to be careful about Victor using his cleanse because that would give Zoe another free summoner to use in case he does get caught up in Victor's W. So plus it'll also help a lot in case he's being ganked out. So it's still going to be really interesting to see. But when it comes to team fight, like we said, we do see that they do have a much better team fight composition, as well as can do really well in a 1-3-1 scenario, because they do have two big front lines to keep the Tristana safe with the jungler and the support, and Victor can shove lanes easily, and so can Camille. So if they play this macro-wise and start pushing multiple lanes and maintaining the pace of the game and just not giving away too many objectives, not bleeding objectives. And if they can hold on, I have a feeling that they might be able to pull off an upset here. But it all depends on how LL play this out, because they are the team that have proven time and time again to always dictate the pace of a game in a tournament, especially competitively.
True, indeed. Thing is, like, I think LL should, their laning phase are good, but I think they should, they gotta be aggressive, but control the way, because they have to get the kills from the enemy team, because they can't AFK from this game, because, they have to make stuff happen. They have to at least do something. I think they should, at least make the enemy team go down by CS, because as my personal experience, these Team Dayo is gonna be playing really safe. They are gonna be, waiting around until their jungler comes, so they gotta be, manipulate the wave, keep it near their turret, jump around.
It's going to be, it all depends on how the early game plays out. So, knowing the way both these teams play, I still feel like LL do have an advantage going into mid game.
True, and I think also, maybe Xin Zhao should capitalize bot lane, because with a Tristana, you can't really freeze a lane. And Tristana is very annoying at that point, because she is either, she's a very versatile pick, but she kind of keeps pushing, exactly, yeah. So you can't really freeze the lane. And so as far as laning goes, I don't think Penny as much. I don't really know how much Penny controls it, but if Nightmare is able to control his lane, it's gonna be really hard. There is a really cheeky ward up there for them.
Yeah, so they have complete intel here. They know what's going on. They know they're sticking together as 5. I think the plan on LL was to counter invade in case they decide to invade. However, I don't think they would have wanted to go for that, considering that there's a Braum on the side of LL. So it's not really a wise option to face check a Braum, because that's one summoner blown immediately if you get caught with that passive.
True, and it's devastating. Before you know it, the 4 autos are up and you're stunned, then boom, your summoners are...
Your summoners are down, and especially with a Xin Zhao who has Hail of Blades, you know, it's going to be devastating to escape.
True that.
So we can see standard mirrored starts here from the junglers, both starting at their towards their bot lane here. You can see a cheeky little trade there by Phantom Charge in the mid lane there.
And we do see like Acelot going for the mid lane, but he is backing off. But you know, Acelot is faster at clearing, so he is going to buff the buff path. But in Sejuani's case, she is doing the thing, but I don't know what's going on. And there is
a good ward will spot out the Xin Zhao here. So I think Raiden knows what's going on. You can see Xin Zhao is hovering around mid lane here, trying to probably get a gank in. But he shouldn't be wasting too much time. He's just going to wait for the Scuttle Crab to spawn.
Yeah,
and take control of that side of the river.
He is also lower on, you know, lower in case of experience, because Sejuani has done 3 camps by now and he is still stuck on his 2nd camp, and that's really bad because Sejuani is going to be free to gank.
You might see her pathing towards top side here. Try and get the Camille ahead in this matchup.
And you know, as you see, like, as I said, the thing you notice is that even though they have a Tristana Alistar combo, you see how safe they are playing.
Oh, good trade there by Penny. Just trying to zone the Kai'Sa away from these last hits. You can already see Nightmare is like pretty much like chunked down like almost half his mana bar, actually more than half his mana bar here.
But you know, there is something going on the top side. People are walking back in and they just walk back like nothing. But Zoe does have the lane control here. Zoe is constantly shoving in Victor, and you know, Zoe has built up quite the farm lead. That's 7 farm. That's considerable in lane. Like, it's 3.5 minutes in and that's 7 CS.
Yeah,
9
and
CS.
he's just going to keep shoving Victor under tower and forcing him to farm this, so he would have priority all the time to back his jungler up and make roams towards you know, to assist the team if necessary. So very good play here by Phantom Charger, just making sure that he can keep control of his lane and not let this Victor, you know, farm up, because Victor will be looking towards that mid game, because Victor in the early game is pretty decent at trading but does need to get a couple of items before he becomes a threat. So Zoe on the other hand just is pretty strong from the early game onwards. So
That's true. I mean, like, the funny part you would see that is, like, even though Raven is getting pushed in, he has a farm rate of 10, almost 10. Like, that is surprising to see, because, you know, even though under pressure, he is farming well. He knows what he has to do. He just have to survive and, you know. Oh, that was a nice dodge.
Feed more Hydra trying to go for that cheeky stun, but missing there.
This is interesting. Everyone's doing their job. Everyone's doing their lane. Like, see how this is going. Like,
very good stun there by Feed Hydra. It's gonna proc. Does take a tower hit, but overall a much better trade. Just shoving the Scion under the tower here. As expected, Camille will be a lot more aggressive and will win out in the early game. So that was to be expected here.
I mean, the worst part is that Scion is out of mana, so it's gonna be really hard for him. Like, he shouldn't be in this situation, but he does have teleport available. But if he teleports, he's gonna be losing out a lot of pressure, because as you see, Infernal is the first Drake as well, so they have to have that pressure. If Science teleport is down, it's gonna be free Drake for them.
That is true. They do have the Braum and the Kai'Sa, and they're just going to go for it level 4. They do have that Braum passive and the Kai'Sa passive, so this is a very early Dragon picked up 5 minutes into the game. This is going to definitely give them big advantage.
It's going to be as a stat bonus as well. That's going to be a huge lead. I mean,
However,
they can't really do anything.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's the best part. Like, they read that Tristana and Alistar are playing safe, and they were like, I mean, they're not engaging on us and they're just playing safe. We're just gonna push the lane and get the Drake.
Phantom Charger almost landed in the Sleepy Trouble bubble there. Just blocked by that creep there.
I mean, I love the fact that how like Team LL like reads the map and gets the gist of what's going on in the game. Like, you know, they see opportunity and they're easing off. But you know, I mean, no complaints on the side of Dayo because they need the team fights. But you know, I think they should be more aggressive in bot lane because they do have the power matchup in bot lane. And
Yeah,
Tristana is very strong.
That's why you could see them like shoving the lane as fast as they can into the Tristana to make sure that they have priority to go for that early Inferno. So really paying off in the end, the aggressive plays on the side of LL.
True. We do see both the junglers are approaching top lane, but like Raven outtrades him. Wow.
Yep. And that's because Raven did recall it with a CS lead, of course. Picks up that early, let me see, what's it?
Glacial Shroud.
Yeah, Glacial Shroud.
Well, I just knew that now, like, wow. Cool name for an item.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's a shroud of icy
polygons.
Stuff that slows down the attack of enemies who hit him. And anyway, Sion's pretty tanky, and now he's just going to be able to try and negate some of the damage that Camille can give in the trip. Plus also that extra cooldown reduction and another cloth armor on top of that. So he's just looking to try and keep up this. I'm really surprised, however, that Camille, being so far ahead in the lane, is down on CS.
Exactly.
Which is pretty surprising.
Pretty surprised. I think he is out of zone, I guess. Like, he is not... I think he's focusing too much on harassing. He's even one level ahead, like...
And he's just taking free damage from this Sion here. Just not respecting the amount of damage Sion can deal. Just very greedy for the CS right now.
I mean, he has played the lane really well, and he is keeping him in check. Like, when both the junglers are continuing their, you know, their parallel paths, we're not really seeing much, you know,
action from the jungle, which is, I feel like it's not really a good thing for the side of LL because Xin Zhao is not really making use of his early game aggression. He should be looking to try and gank some lanes here.
True, that's true. I agree too. Like, but I don't know what's going on, and maybe they.
Zara going for the all-in. He does land his ultimate and first blood. The flash away is not gonna matter. Very, very well played there by Xiao Raven, picking up the first blood here. Just complete. Like, you know, that was not enough respect by the Camille on the amount of damage that this Zion can.
That's true. I mean, as you said, like, they are not respecting the Camille. They're just completely ignored. Sorry, they're not respecting the Sion, and they're just, you know. Okay, we are seeing a sneaky gank from Ace Lord. He is waiting in the bush. I think it's what Nosfer does, you know, like, he does the same thing. He always, you know, waits in the bush and tries to gank them.
This is what I call the Akhtar strategy. Something that Akhtar has implemented. The lane ganks, the hide on bush, very patient, just waiting for an opportunity to try and engage. But I have a feeling that they know that something's up. You can see the way that the bot lane responded. They had a feeling there might be something going on here, so they're just playing it safe for now. They don't have to take unnecessary risks. They just need to farm up and not give away too much.
I mean, you should see that really good ward up by Team LL. Like, there is a good pink ward up there.
A good cleanse there and a good flash. However, you can see Feed Me More Hydra does come in, and the
I think that's going to be a
will
kill
go in favor of Phantom Charger, and also you can see that both jungles actually coming in to try and help out their mid lanes. However, it was an even trade back in kills there. However, the advantage is on LL.
It was a 1-for-1 trade for mid lane, but you know, in the end, LL does come out in the top. They did get 2 kills off that trade, and it's really bad. And the worst part is Camille is gonna miss out on farm.
I mean, they shouldn't have followed through with that dive after Zoe burned the flash, but instead they decided to go for it, and they paid the price.
That's true. I mean, the worst part is Camille is gonna be losing out a lot of experience. Sion is gonna be level 10 by the next wave hits, like, and they are gonna get.
And Camille missed an entire creep wave there, and now you can see Herald also started up and will be taken and secured just only like 11 minutes into this game. So LL really putting forward the pressure and making use of this early game comp that they've drafted. So
there goes Shelby.
Yeah.
I mean, This is the thing I'm worried about because, you know, bot lane has to be aggressive. They gotta use that Tristana Alistair, because if they don't use it much, because it doesn't matter late game, because you don't know that Kai'Sa is gonna be terribly overpowered late game. And
Again,
D2C,
you can see A-Slot is going to come in. However, you can see that Nosware is there to back up his mid laner in case any engages happen, so both teams decided to just walk away for now. However, lane priority does stay in favor of Phantom Charger here in the mid lane.
pretty interesting, but the goal lead is up by 2,000 and they also have an Infernal. You know, that's gonna add up to a lot.
That is very true, especially considering that this is a comp that would be looking to pick you off and snowball. It's very dangerous to give a team like LL, free reign over objectives like this, because now Herald has been picked up. They have complete vision control on the red side jungle of.
But are we seeing a sneaky dragon? Oh my god, that was a sneaky.
Yep. Sejuani just come here showing, hey, you're not the only one who can take a dragon. I'm gonna solo this Drake and show you guys that I could even it out. So pretty good pick up there.
That's true. I mean, like, well played, but you know, the only fact is it's a Cloud Drake, but you know, who's to underestimate, you know?
You can see a freeze has been initiated here in the bot lane by Nightmare and Dew.
They are freezing. You know, that's the best call to do, because you know I think now Ace can isolate the bot side, because you know top side is pretty fed, and you know that's 30 CS, that's 2 kills, and level 10 Scion, you can't really do much there.
Oh, he just walks back into the stun, takes 3 damage.
I think that's gonna be out.
Is gonna come in here. Does land the trouble bubble? Oh, but it was dodged beautifully.
I think he just killed himself.
Yep, he tried to dodge using his ultimate there, which was the actual good play to make. However, he did get ignited, which ends up being probably a top lane gonna go down here. We can see an engaged Nosware going in with his ultimate, but they're focusing down the wrong member here. You can see Ace Lord does flash in. But
that was
I'm
beautiful.
not sure what exactly is going on here. You can see Raiden does get caught up and taken down 6 kills to 1 while fight starts out in the bot lane. I think our camera guy is a bit drunk right now. We want to see what's happening in the top side.
Top side, exactly. Excuse me, go top, please.
I mean, there's so much happening everywhere on the map, and this is going to be another turret taken down here. Like,
I mean, Shelly is taking all the turrets.
You know, the pressure is starting to show, and now we can see that the
Tristana actually.
Tristana does get exhausted, exhaust blown, and now both teams are just gonna walk away. Nothing really happening here. So overall, LL just winning out.
Yep. You know, there goes the macro play. That is perfectly played macro. Like, they are at 5k goal lead. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe there is way to come back, you know, who knows. Like, this is not looking well for them.
And is this a best of 3?
I believe so. It's best of 3. I'm not exactly sure. We should confirm that.
Yeah, we'll get back to viewers rather, not casters, about.
It's best of 3. We got word from the.
Just confirmed that it's a best of 3 indeed.
Yep. So we are gonna be seeing another one more match. You know, what do you think, Hades? What do you think they have to do? Like, they should do right now, because they are really far behind. You know, 5,000 goal lead. What do you think they should do? Like,
Teo, at this point, what they need to do is now they just need to stop giving out more objectives. They need to play it safe, stay grouped, because they have a stronger team fight. Because right now we still haven't seen a 5v5 fight happen yet, so they need to get to the point where they'll be able to match the items that LL bring and also be able to team fight them. So right now with the goal lead heavily in favor of LL, it's not looking like they are in a position to do that. So they need to just stop giving away more kills, more objectives, try and play it safe, especially around this top side, because now Camille is in a very bad situation here. You can see that, like, you know, he should be trying to push out, but he doesn't have any vision. So, and there is not enough information. Like, he doesn't know where the Scion is, he doesn't know where the Xin Zhao is.
I mean, if they collapse on bot lane, it's gonna be really hard, because that is a 5-man collapse on bot lane.
Oh, Scion does shout in, but a good flash out from Nosware is have racial prison use. They're focusing down the Scion, but I'm not sure that is what you need to do here.
Because Scion does have a bounty on his head, and that falls to Victor.
You can see that they were trying to go for this flank and tower dive, but they did not respect that the rotations coming out from Dayo here. So they were able to pick up a free kill there. due to some poor coordination by the side of LL. They were not prepared for this reaction, the response from LL here, and now you can see that they're slowly but surely going to come back into this. I mean, that would help a little bit. The shutdown goal, who did it go to there? Did you happen to notice?
It went to Victor.
So that's really good for the Victor because he was behind a little bit in lane, and this should help him kind of even out the gap with Phantom Charger in the mid lane, who's already completed his first item and going towards his second. But you can see now that the perfect hex core has been completed on the side of Deyo. So Victor also has hit his power spike now, all 3 abilities upgraded so early into this. So
I think it's not much, it's not much really, but like Deyo has, they can really come back, but bot lane does have, Kai'Sa does have her Q evolution, so it's gonna be hard. It is gonna be doing a lot of damage, and you see Kai'Sa, it is at the point where she's almost gonna be doing a lot of damage. She's almost done with her Rage Blade, and this is not looking good, and they are trying to clear vision for Drake, and they are doing the Infernal. They are on it.
They are probably gonna get this. We might see a contest here. We will see a steal. They're gonna turn on A-Slot. However, Zoe picks up the dragon there with a beautiful paddle star. So
beautiful.
Well played there. Well played there by Phantom Charger, making sure to take that away from Deyo, who seem to have had that under their belt here.
They should be thinking like, thank you for the leash. I think it's gonna be another dive.
Oh no, this is gonna be a dead Victor. He does flash away, but he's able to somehow dodge out and stay alive. However,
I do sense a slight miscoordination on their turret dives, but their macro play is perfect. No offense there, but their turret dives are like really weird.
However, they seem to be getting what they want. They just kind of brute force down the mid lane there. Wanted to try and perhaps kill the Victor and take an objective. Victor does manage to survive, but that is so much damage there on Tenpenny there.
They should respect that Q evolved Kai'Sa because she's going to be doing a lot of damage. The Q evolution is,
especially on an isolated target.
Yeah, true.
And if Alistair was not there to back up Tenpenny in that, like, he would have easily just dove onto the Tristan and killed him off because he did not have rocket jump, I believe, at that time.
I think he's trying to go for the kill, but, he is pretty aggressive, like.
Yeah,
as you said, Nightmare.
They know that they have information that the bot lane has recalled. They're just gonna hard shove this. You can see that Phantom Charger is making his way down to the bot lane as well in case there's gonna be rotation from the side of Deyo here. So, they're looking to try and take as many objectives as they can and not allow this team fighting comp to scale and reach those items that they need to, make it happen. You can see that Ashley is actually gonna go in. Cheeky little headbutt there.
I think that's gonna be done for Bro.
Now he does use his buster shot, but to no avail.
Oh my god, he misses out.
My nose swear coming out, and both teams just walking away, and I'm sure LL are gonna be happy with that. 1 ultimate down, 2 ultimates actually down, and also actually all 3 ultimates there down. So a charger from downtown. Steph Curry with a 3-pointer, just bursting down the Tristana. This show is really starting to pop off here.
Back to Fountain. he just came back.
He's just Nightmare is just like taunting them right now. He's just like, you know what, my team is just better than yours at this point. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh my god.
And you can see that Zoe's gonna take this too. He's gonna. He almost does. But you can see that Rizdan is just having a time of his life on this Zoe. He's just like, I don't care how far ahead you guys are in terms of team fight. We're not gonna let you get to team fight us because we're gonna keep getting pressure in all the lanes. We're gonna keep having objective control, and you can see some assist pings coming down on the Baron. They might be trying to get this as early as possible, and once Kai'Sa has the Rage Blade, this will definitely be a Baron going in the favor of LL, unless they are able to pull off a miracle team fight and try and take this back.
I mean, it is the Miracle Mile, you should be able to pull some miracles here.
Yeah, very good pun there. I like that.
Let's go, I got all of that today. Let's pull up some puns here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point except that, Deyo are not looking like the Deyo they were meant to be in this game here.
I mean, I think LL has figured out their place because, as I said, Deyo is a team where they wait all day for their jungler, and LL realized it the instant, and they started, shoving the lanes in, go for objectives, get lead, and I think the downfall is when top lane started losing, because like once Sion was free, it was like engages all the way, because they couldn't do the Drake because Sion was free. Sion ulted from the top side, and it's really hard. I think
engage here. Ashley is gonna get caught out here. Will be just burst down immediately. It doesn't matter if that ultimate is active. This is gonna be a dead Alistar for sure. ZRM coming forward with his ultimate to secure the kill, but the fight continues, breaking out a good Chaos Storm. But Victor's all alone. How can he follow up with this? You can see Nightmare is just going aggressive. He's able to take out the kill, and you can see in the backline, Feed Me More Hydra does come in, but he's stranded here alone as well. He's able to shut down the Kite. You can see that a huge team fight, but the Phantom Charger joins the fray, and this is a very messy fight. Kill straight, and overall, it's only Victor alive here, and he's not going to survive very much. It's not long for this world. Phantom Charger will come in and get the auto attack to secure the kill, and 13 kills to 5. Had a 7,000 goal lead, and you can see Dayo have fallen. The gods have been extinguished in this team fight, and oh my god, that was a messy team fight. But having a look at that again, it seemed like that was a perfect setup there by Victor, just landing a Chaos Storm on like 4 members and just dealing a lot of damage, but not enough for this get caught out alone and taken down.
True. Yeah, they were like, if they were like caught out earlier, it would have been a really good fight for, good fight for Dayo, but they did get chunked out a lot. But Camille did save them a lot of trouble, but Zoe is, I would say, not beyond fit, but she is at a point where she can one-shot
pretty much anyone on this team. She does have an Oblivion as well in her inventory for that extra magic penetration. And Zoe also has a needlessly large rush. She's not even going to finish the Morello right now. She's just like, I'm going to pick up more for it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the enemy team is going to be like, it's like not no swear, it's more like no armor. We swear, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure no swear might be swearing right now, like what's going on team. I thought we had a better team fight.
Like,
let's hope that no swear is not flaming his team at this point here.
I mean, like, that was perfectly displayed macro play there. They, that's what makes them best. They were quick to figure out what's going on in the game. They figured out like the lanes are playing super passive, if they're playing passive, it's fine. We're gonna go around, we're gonna get the Drake, we're gonna do stuff in lane. Like, to be honest, both the junglers did not play much in laning part. They were both try to gank, but ganks didn't work much. But it was purely the lane phase.
Try to brute force down and try and take at least a single tower, but you can see that it's 4 towers to 0. And a goal lead of almost 7,000, so I mean, this is really bad for Dayo. They need to try and get some sort of control, at least in their own jungle, but having a look at the defensive wards they place, they are protecting the red side, which is wise, considering the Baron is always going to be a threat, and is probably going to get started up here, or it might just be a simple hide-in-bush bait. So we don't know for now, but we'll see if they're going to bait this out.
True, but like the only problem I notice is their bot lane is pushing in, but if by any chance they fail this Baron, it's gonna be, it's gonna be almost GG, because bot lane is gonna be open. There is a huge wave building up on the bot side, and all there is left is someone to face check. And they
like I said, I mean, this is a pick comp that they have run, and that's exactly what they're looking to do around this Baron here. They're looking to see if somebody would face check, pick them off, and then get that objective for free. Because the team fight is not effective if there isn't 5 people on the team. If there isn't a team-to-team fight, it's just not going to work.
Exactly. I mean, I can't keep saying it, but perfect macro play. Oh my god, I keep saying that all day.
Well, yeah, you can see that they knew how to play out their lanes, and you can see just the amount of disrespect from the side of Dayo, causing them a lot of pain, especially in the top lane. So
if that bubble lands,
oh yeah, that's gonna be a one-shot for sure. So I mean, they're not in a position to even push it. They don't have the best wave player. They do have a Tristana and a Victor. However, that is all the wave player they actually have, as compared to the amount of wave player that LL bring with like Sion. They have Paddle Stars. They have the Kaisa Q. So overall, this is just complete dominance here by the side of Lanka Alliance. They're just going to town with this game. They're just like taking their time. They know that everything is in their favor. They're just going to look to try and push out all these waves. You can see Zoe's going to go in and land more damage.
Waiting till Camille is gone or something, because that's all they need. Because Kaiser does have a Rage Blade, and that's gonna be a really quick Baron.
You can see like two needless and large rods. Rods. Rods picked up
rods.
there.
Large rod.
Rods.
Okay.
Phantom Charger. You can see Feed Me More Hydra is just trying to trade with his time, but he's just like so behind right now. He does have a Triforce, but not enough armor penetration to get through this big amount of armor.
They are giving up Baron because, you know, Feed Me More Hydra. You know, there is no better play here because if Feed Me More Hydra leaves bot, it's gonna be a win for LL because San is gonna be completely pushing that side. You know, they are starting Baron again.
Control, they have started it up. We'll see if there's gonna be any kind of response here. You do see how the control ward placed down. They might peel off this Baron to try and look for an engage. You do see a teleport coming. Good knockoff by the Alistar. However, he's all alone. Miscommunication there. It doesn't matter if your ultimate is up. And now the team fight is not going to work. They're just using the ultimates to try and disengage. Everybody low by the Chaos Storm. Dealing so much damage. Nightmare having to flash out, getting caught out there. But you can see Camille does come in. He's able to land his XX ultimatum, but does get burst down by the Zoe. Phantom Charge is legendary right now. Throwing out his trouble bubbles. Nightmare does go in with his ultimate. He's just going to continue going in. He's just not going to die at this point. Nobody seems to be dying on the side of LL here, and already 3 people dead and a beautiful Zanya.
Stop us.
Stop us. Yeah, Phantom Charger with a blind. Oh my god, he's almost going to take it down. His legendary speed does go down. However, the damage has been done, and this should be Baron picked up. They should try and go for it. They can do it. However, Ace is just like, no, let's push mid.
I mean, okay. I'd be damned if Victor got there like a quadra there. It was almost looking good for him, but they just, you know, collapsed on him.
Yeah, I see if that engage from the Alistar came along with that Chaos Storm, that would have definitely been a quadra kill.
Yeah, like even I think you even felt that there was like a major miscoordination because like Alistar was inside and nobody else was coming in. Like I think maybe like that was a good placement of Cyan because Cyan was cutting off the entrance to the fight and Alistar was already inside the fight.
So yeah, the zone control just being huge here right now, and you can see that this is a 9-kill Zoe and a 4-1 Kaiser, so the items just not evening up here, and this team fight comp that we were looking forward to seeing from the side of Dayo just not being able to match the pace that LL have brought to this game so far.
He even has a Gargoyle Stone Plate now. Cyan is gonna be like, is this gonna be diving into 4 people? And he's gonna
and zoning out the ADC, yeah.
It's gonna be hard, like there's another Infernal Lane coming up, and if the third Infernal is with them, that's gonna be a huge amount of buff for them, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I was there right now, I would just like, you know, after this next Dragon goes, I'm probably just gonna be like, okay, one last team fight, let's see if we can try and turn this around, pick somebody off, try and do something that
is
go
third Drake.
I'm not sure why they didn't engage. They had the numbers advantage, but
yes, indeed. I mean, I'm not sure. I think they are having a. They are under stress, and I think they're covering. I think they are in doubt what to do. Like,
yeah, right now they're just running around the map like headless chicken. They're grouping up in mid lane, but you can see that the lanes are all pushing in on LL. Top lane's being pushed in, the bot lane's being pushed in, and now it's a 4-1 split push. And oh my goodness, Alistar, that was just one battle star. It doesn't matter if you're a tanky bull, but that beef is going to be tasting real good if somebody gets that kill.
Oh Lord, I don't know how this is gonna happen because I think that's gonna be a tier 2 turret.
Like, you know, they have like kind of like a farmhouse. They have a pig, they have a bull.
They have a elf.
Little elf yordle midget thing.
Midget thing. Okay, let's have it as elf, you know, elf.
It's one of Santa's helpers, yeah.
Yeah, and Camille, a robot thing, whatever, you know. Okay,
yeah,
let's...
but not really a robot anymore because of the skin that it's using, but yeah, okay. You can see now Baron again is going to be under a threat here. It was not taken. Remember, this was that all this happened without a single Baron going to the side of LL. But now they're looking to try and, you know, capitalize, try and pick more people off because why not? We have a Zoe who has a Rabadon's death cap, double penetration. Oops.
Double.
Double penetration Zoe
Keep the puns rolling all day.
double penetration Zoe. Like, nobody wants to be on the receiving end of those battle stars. That's for sure. I mean, if you think about double penetration and the fact that Zoe puts a champion to sleep, it's kind of like...
It's kind of like...
I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out what that means.
We should play some, detective music. Dun, 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 dun. Next time on this.
Oppa Gangnam style.
I mean, I don't know, they must be stacking MR, but I don't see any MR on both sides. If Alistair has one item complete, not one item, he just have a magic cloak, and even Sejuani is only now buying armor at this point, so buying magic resist.
I don't see why Feed Me More Hydra just keeps hopping into this. You should just be trying to clear the creep wave, just ignore the Scion, clear out the creep wave, don't try to trade. So you're not going to do anything against him. You're not taking any damage. You're taking more damage than you're dealing. Doesn't get stunned there. Trouble Bubble lands on the ADC, but you can see people body blocking, like Tristan just jumping away. It's just like, I'm going to fall asleep mid-jump.
I think he's trying to, like, Hydra is trying to, go again and again in and, try to change the outcome.
Now you can see that, you can't.
Oh my god.
That Camille ult, what a good try there.
That's going to be Baron on the way.
But Baron is going to be taken there.
They did fall for the bait.
To actually come in and steal this, because that's the only chance they have of turning this around, but you can see a teleport has been used. You can see the engage just come. They have locked down the Braum, but not the right target to go for. Nightmare's untouched in his fight. He's kiting backward. He's able to proc his passive. He's able to get a double kill here. Zinza was able to pick up a triple kill here on the side of Kai'Sa, and this will be Baron secured, and only one person left alive, and the Witcher is all alone here. Let's see what he'll be able to do, if he's going to try and do anything at this point. I mean, he's just going to give his life up at this point, because Nightmare is just like, don't come into this Baron pit. This is my Baron.
And there goes the sleeping bubble.
Whoa, trouble bubble, Zoe going super aggressive there. He's like, here, come here, Victor, have some of this double penetration.
And the cleanse is blown up by Victor, and Zoe
like,
fixes it.
I don't want none of that. I'm just gonna back out and shit. Like you can double penetrate the Baron, but not me. But at the end of the day, this is just like looking like a slaughter fest. Like 22 kills to 7 at 33 minutes into the game, and a goal lead of 12,000. And it's just gonna keep increasing now that the Baron power play has come into check. Now we can see another Drake will be spawning very soon on the map, and it does look like a Ocean. I mean, it's not the highest priority right now, but I mean, hey, why not? Let's just take it anyway.
I mean, they do have 3 Infernals. That's 24% attack speed, attack damage, damage, ability power.
Amplifiers, yeah. So
Zoe, Zoe does have, I don't know, she has over maybe 600 AP, I guess, maybe.
It's time for me to just click on the Zoe.
Let's click on her. That is that
683, almost 700.
Oh my god. There you go, 600-ish. Wow.
If I was Phantom Charger, I'll just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Magi Soul Stealer too. Try and reach that 1000 AP.
Right now there isn't much they can do, because their Raven is pushing bot side, and they have to respect. They need two people to fend him off in bot, and they are gonna be perma pushing mid lane. They have to look for a team fight here. They have to collapse on them, because there is no one there, and I think they're not realizing.
Right now, it just looks like a slow and steady,
painful death.
LL. They're just waiting for the minions to push in, so they have control over 2 lanes. Whereas right now, I feel like they need to be sending Xin Zhao into the top side of the map and doing the 1-3-1 here to gain maximum use of this. But they're trying to look for a fight. They're looking to start a fight here because they know that they have the advantage in terms of items, gold, and overall power. So we'll see what happens here.
I mean, this isn't gonna be working because they are, as if they don't know, they are funneling farm into Deo, and they are slowly getting even on their farm as well. Except for the jungler, almost.
It is. The gap is slowly but surely closing, but there's still about 10,000 gold left to cover. So still a lot in favor of LL right now. They're just gonna try and look to play this slow pace push style. Now they have 3 members in the top side. They're doing a 3-1-1 with the Zoe in the mid lane. Zoe's easily able to clear waves, and I mean, Zeraven at this point is not gonna die on the Scion. He's just like, wait, He's even completed his Terex.
I mean, it's gonna be tier 3 turret, tier 1 turret, I guess. There goes the tier 1 turret.
Base tower falling, and do we see A-Slot engage, and they're trying to look to start a fight here. Phantom Charger just single-handedly soloing out Raiden here. Not able to do anything on the Witcher, try and hold it off, and this just might be the game. Here, you can see Feed Me More, Hydra does come in, does get exhausted. Their mid laner is down. They shouldn't be looking for a fight, but they're like, it's do or die here. We need to try and do something. You can see that the rest of the cavalry arrives. Double kill for Nightmare, who is now 9-1, and a 10-2 Rizla on this. And this is going to be game 1 going in favor of Lanka Alliance in a very convincing victory. 20 kills ahead, more than 16,000 gold. Make that 17,000. And holy bunkers, was that a crazy game.
Like Ezreal says, it was a true display of skill. You know.
Double penetration, man. Double penetration strategies.
Okay, let's keep those facts out of it, because I think there might be kid viewers here. Kids.
Hey, I mean, it's double penetration items. I mean, there is a sock shoes, there's a Morello Nomicon, and even a white staff in the making, but it doesn't matter because Lanka Alliance have secured the first match in this best of 3 in the finals. This is the Miracle Mile by Clutch Gen Esports, and we are going to move into the second game after a very short break. And we will be back with you for game number 2.
Before that, let's discuss how did LL get the actual lead? What did they do? You know, like small recaps from there, because that was really good macro play. But what did they do? How did they get Dayo back? Put them back and get on the steering wheel.
It was just the aggression that they showed in the lanes, right? You could see the top lane was always casual. It was like most of the time, Zia Raven on the Sion did not have priority in the top lane, but that is to be expected against a Camille in the early game. However, Camille was not respecting the amount of damage that Zia Raven can deal in these trade backs, and was able to die in a solo kill, giving first blood. And from that point onwards, while mid lane was also playing aggressive, the Zoe was playing aggressive into this Victor, and even the Nightmare Dew combo in the bot lane, the Kaisa Braum combo was also playing aggressive into this Alistar Tristana. So they had priority and were able to get that first Infernal at only 5 minutes into the game. So that was the point where the snowball actually began. Because it was those small leads just pushing out the lanes, having a priority in the lanes that helped LL try and get their comp ahead, because this is a comp that looks on picking people off and snowballing, and that's exactly what they did. They knew what their game plan was. They stuck to their strategies. They knew what their win conditions were, and they executed it perfectly. Like you said, they played perfect macro, and while they are known for being a better team fight comp. However, if they're not able to come to try and hold down the fort and come to the point where they can match the pace that LL have and then team fight, then maybe they could have done something. However, they were behind in items, they were behind in gold, they were behind in objectives. They only took 1 turret in this entire game. So overall, just complete dominance by LL. So they just played it to their win conditions. They knew what they were doing in the game, and that's how they took this so convincingly. So, I mean, what do you think Dayo need to do coming into this second game to try and see what they can do to even out the odds here?
I mean, as you said, everything was stated by you really well, but the only thing I want to add is that, they did not use their champs. That's the only thing I'm really sad about, because they had a Tristana Alistar versus a Kaiser Braum, and they did not, that Tristana was passive. That's my sad part, because, Tristana, at any time of the day, you give and take. Tristana and Alistar engage onto anything, and they get a kill. But they were, playing it super chill. They were let's both farm it out.
We did see a few bouts of aggression from that bot lane. However, they were not able to capitalize because Braum was just able to slow them down and just peel for the Kai'Sa and just make sure she stays safe.
I mean, so that's the bad part there, because Tristana is not a champion which harasses when you're going to farm. Tristana is a champion where you can the moment you see someone misstep, you just jump on them and put your satchel charge and set them on. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, you could see. I'm guessing it was just the nerves on the side of Dayo, because this is their first time coming into a final in a very, very long time. The last time I think that Dayo was in a final was back in 2015 or 16, when they managed to make it to a tournament final. And they have made semis before, but this is the first time. So, I mean, they're going up against the best team in Sri Lanka right now. So they do I'm guessing it was the nerves. Maybe they didn't do enough homework. They took away some really good champions from the side of LL, but at the same time, they also gave so many comfort picks. It's known that Raven is really comfortable on the Scion. There are highlight videos on multiple League of Legends pages with his, Scion outplays. I've seen that video. It was hilarious. And Acelot on he was given his Xin Zhao,
yeah, true, but
Braum coming through for Dew and the Kaiser coming through for Nightmare, and Phantom Charger has been spamming Zoe so much. They should have seen it coming, but at the end of the day, you can't take away everything. There's only 5 bans. You need to think carefully about how you draft it. And even though they had a better team fight, they were not able to execute. And once again, it goes back to my question: what does Dayo need to do now to be able to come back in the second game?
Maybe they should, do, let's say they draft something, and their team fights are good. As you said, you gotta give that to them, but they gotta play to their strengths. They have to use what they have to utilize their picks. If they have a Tristana, Alistair, they should engage. Tristana should stick to the bot side, because as you said, both the junglers did start mere jungling, so there was no possibility of vertical jungling. So you can't isolate the lanings, but the only thing they could have done is he could have put more pressure in bot side. What you see was both the junglers did not do much into the laning phase, but they were trying to gank, but they did not contribute much. It was purely the solo laning, and I think that the top laner not Raiden, I'm sorry, what is his name? Feed me more Hydra. Sorry, so he should trade more efficiently rather than I win this matchup, I'm just going to stand in front of his face and smash him with my metal legs. That's not going to work.
He knew that he has the advantage in the early game, but he was just underestimating the damage. He was greedy for CS. He was just losing out on CS. While Sion was just playing it very patiently. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he probably must have just been laughing. What is this guy doing? Why is he just taking free damage? Why isn't he farming properly?
Why is it exactly? It was funny to watch. All he had to do was keep the wave at. The other part was he could have froze the wave, did something like that, but it was straight up push into his face, and there was no help from jungle as well. He just died solo.
Yes, I do apologize for my kitten in the background. Poor fellow is sick, and I will have to take him to the vet tomorrow. But anyways, I will be taking a quick break, but we'll be back for the next game, and hopefully we'll see that they will be able to go back to the room, go over their strategies, and see what they can do to try and match this early game pressure that comes out from from LL. So we'll be back with the stream very soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second game, guys. Stay tuned for more League of Legends action right here from Sri Lanka. Peace.
Peace out.